Hi everyone, good evening. I've been putting my Craft-O-Ween videos out in the evening. Today is my day 6 reveal. So 13 days of Craft-O-Ween, just about halfway through, kind of. I guess halfway would be 7, right? But having a lot of fun with it. Again, I was just creating backgrounds and then using those 4 backgrounds from an A2 size piece of cardstock to do the first 4 days. And since I ran out, I made a new one yesterday. So this is the new colorway with a kind of new design with the splatters and things, or just the imagery are centered in the center, basically centered in the center. So there's that. And so we'll continue on today. So today, I will say this initially was sent free of charge for my review. And of course, all opinions are my own. And the links down in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission for your purchase items through those links. So today is day 6. Okay, sorry, I had to take a picture like I've been doing. So let's open this guy up and continue on. Oh my gosh, I saw, and I don't know, Spellbinders, you know, if you're on their design team or like the PR team kind of thing, you send them over pictures of what you've been working on. And sometimes they use it like in their little, you know, once you see the links, maybe you see some inspo there. And someone had made earrings, which was so cute, out of the, I think it was the ghost. So if you take Shrink-A-Dink material, and they sell it in white and they sell it in clear, maybe some other colors, but usually you find it clear white. And I guess she just cut that out and then Shrink-A-Dinked it, and it was very cute and made earrings from it. It's like, that is adorable. So something to think about. Oh my goodness, our little skeleton. Okay, so have a bone rattling Halloween, which I had seen that as a punny thing earlier, and I had a feeling we're going to see a skeleton. Super duper cute. And so with this little guy, he has more pieces than I think what we've worked with so far, so we'll check that out. But yeah, so again, all the little images there, and then your pieces. So cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's think. Well, let me grab a card base. I'm gonna trim down one of these guys. Yeah, this one's a little bit off center, and then maybe that's good because maybe I can put him here. Well, nah, I don't know. I've been putting the sentiment down here all the time, but that doesn't mean I have to keep doing that. Or we can use it this way. We haven't done that yet. I don't know how tall this guy is, but he'd be right in the center if I did that. So let's think about it. But let me grab a card base, and I'll be right back. Okay, well, I have my card base, and with these guys, I've just been cutting them to 4 1/8 by 5 1/8, because that's the matte layering I like. But you can cut whatever as you want. I keep slipping back and forth here. Oh my goodness, right there. And sure, 5 3/8 in the other direction. And I'm gonna go ahead and just stick that down. I'm trying to think if that's what I want to do. We haven't done like a shaker card. I was thinking about doing a shaker. I mean, that's always fun. Stuff like that. With bone rattling, I mean, it'd be nice to have a little shaker in there, but that's okay. Make it more punny. Okay, I'm going to hold that down for a moment. I'll be right back. Okay, I just put it to the side with a little bit of weight on it so it can flatten out or stay stuck down really nicely. So with these guys, it looks like this should be white, and so should his little arms. I will say it looks like there's one arm dice, so you're going to run this through twice and then flip one, you know. Well, okay, it cuts like this. Actually, they didn't even flip it. All they did was turn it, so that's fine. So we're going to cut out 2 of these arms from white. His little head, the topper piece should be white. It looks like they included this to go behind his face to fill in like the eyes and nose and all that. So this piece can be cut out of black paper. And his little hat. And oh, you know, I want to see if a lot of these things can be switched out. Like this little hat, I mean, it looks like it fits him right perfectly. This guy wants to wear it, I don't know why, but that also fits him. Okay, so you can mix and match. Look, I mean, it'd be kind of big for him, but either way, and it turns this way too, so that's the other thing. Cute, okay. So kind of black there. his little body also out of black. I will say, okay, cool. I see that there's little dots here. I was gonna say you probably have to reserve them, but it looks like the little dots come from this die right here. See these two little dots, and these are oblong. These are his cheeks. So put those guys, or her, I don't know. It's looking gentlemanly to me, this little guy. Okay, he has a little band. So all those things are black. This is white. This little band for his hat, whatever cute color. I mean, they use gray, probably to run it through quickly, because they have gray there, gray on this band, and gray also coming out of the little cauldron. His little trick-or-treat pail there. So, I mean, you can definitely do that. I was thinking maybe more of a fun color. But anyway, so, okay, broom. So brown for the broom handle. A different kind of yellow straw kind of color for this guy. This is the portion that goes on the broom that makes it look like the little band that's holding it together. So, you know, if you're doing gray, then you have gray there. Also, if you're doing gray goo or whatever color you want coming out of there, I think I'm going to do a fun color like orange or something, or green. So I'm thinking purple for his hat band, just to make it different. I've been doing purple, it seems like. Gray for that guy. Oh yeah, this is the little cover part of his arm to make it look still like a little skeleton bone. So this needs to be black. Also, you need 2 of those. Little cauldron can also be black. And then his little cheeks, I'm leaving him here, but I'm going to cut it out of maybe pink, just to give him pink rosy cheeks. Okay, so I will be back. So when you have a scrap nearby that just works, like this white scrap was already this size, and I'm like, that's perfect. Run the little arm through on with the piece that's left there. Oh, the little skeleton bits that fall out are so cute. Okay, guys, I came back and then I was like, oh, I need one more arm, so I'm not going to include that part because it's just a waste of time. Okay, so let's get this all together. Let me get a little bit closer. I think I already did that a little bit, but there we go. Left this black, the accent of the arm, and then the little dots that go in his little body on the carrier, because I didn't want to misplace those things. Oh my gosh, I just poked myself with this thing. I turned around and I put my thumb right in it. Ow. Okay. Alright, well, let's see. I was going to start with the smaller pieces, but... Well, okay. So with the broom, right down the center here, you're going to put that silver buckle or whatever it is that you decided to use. I think that looks... I can't tell if it has to go a certain way or not. That looks pretty good to me. Maybe it goes the other way. Hold on. It does have a little different shape. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, so there's an area that's a little more rounded. I don't know how to explain that. The way it looks, that goes down and it fits in much better. Okay. And then the little broomstick. Just stick out like right here somewhere. It just depends wherever you want to put it. And down the center, that is so cute. Okay, so I have that. I'll put that to the side for a moment. This piece, little body. I always remember I had bought Dorian a skeleton suit when he was, I guess it was his first birthday, and he was born in July. It's not his first birthday, it was his first Halloween, my goodness. And people thought it was very funny because he was the chubbiest baby. Even his pediatrician, she's like, he is the fattest baby I have ever seen. In a good way, but like, he was. He had like melty rolls. I mean, just like little purple stretch marks on his legs. Just the biggest baby. And not to toot my own horn, but they're all breastfed and they were all huge babies. So, I guess. And I made him a skeleton, and then my husband was like, why did you buy him this? Like, the irony of him being a skeleton when he's as big as he is, you know? And I'm like, oh, I didn't even think of it that way. I just thought it was cute because it was like a onesie, you know, like a union suit. Easy to put on. And I guess it was kind of funny. Okay. All right, there's that. And then I suppose if you want to cut everything out in white for the skeleton and then black accents, I don't know if that would make sense, but that's something to think about. Let's get this guy. I'm going to put his little cheeks down before I misplace them. Let's see if they'll just come up. Yeah. And there are little areas for his cheeks, so you can follow along with the impression that's there. And it might be hard to see, but there are little embossed lines. There we go. And they go like sideways. Come on, buddy. The only thing with that is I have to turn it over after I pop it out. I might have put a little too much glue, even though I thought it was a dab. A little dab of glue, and it's a very small accent piece. There we go. That's cute. And I even like it a little bit offset. Okay, the other tiny thing that we have are these little joints, I guess, here. This little hip area. So just put a couple there. That is kind of a lot. I'm going to wipe it away a little bit. One of them already popped out, so I was like, ooh, keep an eye on that guy. Okay. And then the other one. Very good. So we have those itty bitty things, and this is itty bitty. I know a lot of times I say little just to call something like cute, like, oh, it's a little this, and it's not little, but these are itty bitty. Okay. So there's that. And then the accents for the arm. Now, this is kind of interesting. Let's see if there's a trick to it or not. Because like I said, it's the same arm. Oopsie. So let me see about that. Okay, so if we have this one going up like this, that's fine. We can just put this on it. I don't know if you have to flip one at all, but like I said, it looks like just one's facing down, one's facing up, even though it's the same arm, you know? Same shapes. Do that. And then this one holding this. Yeah, it's the same. Okay, so just make the arms with the same die. Works out real well. Oopsie. Oops. What am I doing? It stuck to my thumb. Now it's sticking over here. Alright. Cauldron has a little tiny goo coming out of it. And it looks like it goes from the thicker edge at the top to like pointing down. So there's kind of a squared off piece on that, and that goes towards the top. Okay. And then this guy on the headband, of course you can put the glue on the band itself, but I'm just going to put it on here, and you can see there's a lot of detail there, but there's an embossed area for, you know, where this goes. And then, I don't know if you can see the white core on the glitter, those little lines, really cute. Lots of detail. Alright, so essentially that's our guy and his broom, right? Okay. So, you know, I mean, you can put his little head further up from his body and all those kinds of things to make it fun. I'm just going to pop this on here. He is such a cutie. And then he has his little arm in here somewhere holding the broom. I have a little closer to his head, so maybe up here. Okay. And then this one's kind of his little shoulders. That's so cute. Basically, a little part of this might show. Like his little shoulder. Have it up here. I gotta bring it down a little bit because if this one's there, I guess I kind of brought this up a little bit more, but that's alright. Okay, and let's put his little hat on. Aww. Like that. That is so cute. Okay, and then his little broom goes from behind his body a little bit, so I'm going to put a little glue here, and then into his hand up here somewhere, and I'm just guessing where that would be. But I probably should have checked that out first, but I did not. Okay, so behind his little body a little bit, and that's if that's how you want to do it. Obviously, do whatever you want. Did I get it right? I'm a little off. I'm a little off there with the glue, so maybe I bring it down a little bit. That is so cute. And then his little pail goes behind his little hand, so a little glue like here. So So it looks like he's holding his little pail here. I'll show you where I put it. I put it right behind his little, like, white gloved hand here. I mean, I guess he's skeleton. And then on the side, like right in between there, so it looks like he's holding it there. I'm gonna let that set up. I'm gonna clean up a little bit, and then think about what we want to do to finish our card off. You know, actually, I'll set him up here. Like in the other ones, I've been centering sometimes with like a die. You know, I don't know that he needs something like that because that whole little circle that we have going, you know, I feel like that's what grounds things. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so I have been adding my sentiment afterward and just going for it. So we'll continue that tradition here, and let's see if this can stay on here. I mean, you can use any one of these sentiments. I've just been using whatever they use, just so you guys can follow along that way. Have a bone rattling Halloween, and cute. And again, I've just been going for it, so what happens when you do that is you really got to make sure every area is touching. These are photopolymers, so you can give them a really good push, which is nice without getting any ghosting. Sometimes with the softer acrylic, if you really push, you can get even more ink that kind of went up into the beveled area of the stamp, and then it pushes down, and then you get what looks like ghosting, in my opinion. I don't know. So that's why I call it. Okay, there we go. And then today we'll use sequins because he needs a little something else, you know. Super cute. Oh my gosh, can you imagine just making like little vignettes with a couple of the characters, you know, right? I mean, they can all go on the same thing. Super cute. I like the way he looks. Like, this looks higher up than the rest of the stuff. It's because you doubled up some of the, what's it called? Cardstock. So it's a little bit thicker, and then that's on top of the body. So I think what I'll do is I'll put dimensionals up in here behind his little head and everything. And then glue his body down with the broom. So put glue here. Okay, took the backings off those. And let's get some glue on here. I'm sure there's all kinds of ways to make this little guy like a dancing character and all that, you know, with a little hole here. Like, I don't know, there's just a lot of things it looks like he can do. So I'm just gonna put him right here. And I've been putting them pretty much straight up and down the like the ghost, or like, well, I guess not all of them now that I look at it, because this guy's just kind of out here flying around, you know. And you can bring back, you know, well, this wasn't from the kit, but, you know, I have these circular dies or just whatever it is. I really love the way this hand-drawn spiderweb came out yesterday. It really does a lot for the card. I think that's so cute. Anyway, okay. That is very cute. Oh, I don't mean to put that away because we're going to put some sequins. Down. Let's go ahead and pour a bunch of those guys out. I'm trying to see, there's two different sizes, right? Or are there three? I have seen two. Wait, hold on. Have I been doing this wrong? Okay, there's that one. This one. Yeah, there's two sizes. Okay. Because, you know, sometimes Spellbinders just 2 or 3 sizes with the smaller one, but I think I don't see the smallest size, so okay. Where should we put the glitter? I always put them here and here. That's just what I gravitate to. I don't know. Glitter sequins is what I meant. And maybe there, and like there. Let's bring some of that purple back out. So let's do a big purple one. It came along with the black sequins here. Big purple. And then smaller orange and black. Just make sure you have one, because sometimes they're stacked on top of each other. This one's still movable? Yes, okay. And then this guy. And again, I just like rules of 3 type of thing with my glitters, but, you know, whatever you want. Yeah, I was wondering if this one had a smaller, because I think in some of the images they have the tinier sequence, but they must have pulled that from their stash, of course. So there it is, guys. Super sweet. Just having a lot of fun with it. I hope you're enjoying yours if you were lucky enough to get one. And I will have, again, links in the description box to, you know, the extra stuff that I was using, because the kit itself is sold out. But I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.